Good morning, all. I popped on a little late this morning, so I'm just going to give everybody about another minute to give them the opportunity to pop on if they want to. So we'll start right at 10:05. All right, it's 10:05, so we'll go ahead and get started with announcements. First of all, thanks for joining me on our weekly parent updates here this morning. What a beautiful day it is outside. Just gorgeous out there. So hopefully we get to start seeing more days like this again, because the last couple of weeks of cold weather just made the days seem a little bit longer. So hopefully the better weather is on its way. All right, let's start off with the manner of the week that we're working on with the kids is if you bump into somebody, say excuse me. So if you could reinforce that at home with your kids, that would be fantastic. Um, Today does kick off our readathon, so you should have received some information in backpacks last week. Or perhaps today if the teachers didn't get a chance to send it out yet. But we are using an online service to do everything for our readathon this year, to help us track the minutes, to help us collect the money, all that kind of stuff. So all of the proceeds from the readathon go directly right back to the PTA to help them with PTA projects. So some of the smaller things that the PTA does with that money are things like the teacher grants. So when teachers have extra needs in their classroom, they can write a request to the PTA. And I don't know that I've ever seen the PTA tell a teacher no for those. They also, during the testing season, they typically provide our kids with some extra treats during that time, just to make that time a little bit more fun for them. Anything else that the school needs, we can always go to the PTA and ask them for those kinds of things. So typically in a normal school year, we would have a big project that the PTA would be funding. So for example, a couple of years ago, their project was getting us those nice risers for all of our music concerts. However, with this year just being so different, we did not want to commit to any major projects that would require us raising a ton of money. So I just wanted everybody to be aware of that. All right. So with the readathon, the reading part of that kicks off today. So kids can count any minutes that they read starting today through next Wednesday. We will be giving prizes for lots of different things, but the big ticket item is I have 6 Kindles that were actually donated by the Masonic Lodge here in town. And so we're going to give 1 Kindle away to each grade level. And so how we will do that is any student that participates in the readathon, their name will go into a drawing. And then we will draw a lucky winner in each grade. So next Friday, there will be 6 kids coming home with a new Kindle. So that's pretty exciting. And I just wanted to give a shout out to the Masonic Lodge for getting us those Kindles. That's something that they do pretty much every year for us. So that is fantastic. Another piece with the readathon, as well as last week, I started sending out recorded read alouds from the teachers, about 1 every night, so that you and your kids could just sit down and enjoy that read aloud from the teacher together as part of your nighttime routine. So we'll be sending those throughout this week, and possibly into next week as well, one every night, maybe more than one as we get lots more of those coming in. So that's kind of fun as well. Kids always enjoy seeing their teachers in different platforms than just inside the classroom. And then next week, we're also going to be continuing with some reading celebrations as we wrap up the readathon. We also are getting close to Dr. Seuss's birthday. It's actually next week, so we have some fun themed days for that as well. So each day I will be sending out a recording to each of the classes, or to all of the classes, of me reading a Dr. Seuss book, and along with that book there's a theme for the day. So next Monday I will be reading Oh, the Places You Will Go, and our theme for Monday is for kids to dress up as what they want to be when they grow up. Tuesday I will be reading If I Ran the Zoo, and we're wanting kids to dress up as either their favorite animal or get a little creative and even invent an animal. And then Wednesday will be Wacky Wednesday. Thursday I'll be reading I Am Not Going to Get Up Today, and so we'll have a pajama day to go along with that. And then next Friday I'll read The Cat in the Hat, and we're inviting kids to dress up as their favorite Dr. Seuss character. So with all of those themes in mind, just a reminder that, of course, everything has to be school appropriate, which everybody always does a great job with that, so I'm not really worried about that at all. Also, next Friday, we're going to have a readathon celebration, and that's when we'll draw the names for those Kindles. And so I will actually set up a Zoom link for that, or we might do it YouTube Live. But I will send out that information in one of those nightly emails next week. And if you are not getting emails from me at least, on a weekly basis, or lately on a nightly basis, then that means in PowerSchool we do not have the correct email address for you. So please give Karen a call in our office and have her check on that email, and let's make sure we have the correct one for you. All right, so moving on to some other announcements. Just very important that kids are still bringing their masks to school, even though there's no longer a state mandate on mask wearing. We do still require everybody entering our school building to wear a mask, and that requirement I'm certain will last through at least the end of the school year. So with that being said, just a reminder to make sure those kiddos have their masks, and then also water bottles too. Very important. As you recall, all of our drinking fountains are covered up this year. So water bottles really are the only way that kids can access water. So please make sure that they have their water bottles with them. Of course, they can fill their bottles here. That's not a problem. But we just need to make sure they have one. All right, this coming Friday is the last day of the second trimester. So 2/3 of the way through the year. It's kind of hard to imagine that I'm even saying that. So it's gone by actually quite well and quite quickly. So I just want to thank all of you for all of your support through this year so far. And we're looking forward to a great and final trimester to this year coming up. Spring break, we have a week-long spring break this year, and that is from March 8th through the 12th. So make sure you have arrangements for your kiddos for that week. And then when they come back on March 15th, that is the day we'll be sending those second trimester report cards home, so you can watch for those. March 26th, we have our scheduled day for class pictures. So you'll be getting some information coming home on those as well. And then for our older students, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, March 23rd through the 26th, that is the week that we have our state testing called Smarter Balanced scheduled. So 3rd and 4th graders will have a couple of tests in math and reading and writing. The reading and writing test is all part of the same test. And then our fifth graders will have those as well as a science test also. So the best thing you can do to help your students do well on those tests is to make sure that you have a positive attitude about those things in front of them. Because if they hear you or I talking negatively about something, then they will often shape their attitude towards those things based on those same ideals that we're modeling for them. So if they have a negative attitude towards the test, they're much more likely to do poor. If they have a positive attitude about the test, they're much more likely to go into it with confidence and do much better on it. So I'll be talking more about that as it gets closer, and we'll have a lot more tips for you too to make sure that we're just setting all of our kids up to be as successful as they can on those exams. All right, that was kind of a lot in a short amount of time. So again, thanks for joining me. That's it for today. And again, please make sure you're checking your emails. We'll continue to send those read aloud videos out. So please enjoy those with your kids and have a great rest of your week. And hopefully you can get outside and enjoy some of the nice weather today. All right. Talk to you soon.